Hey there, swimmers. Paul Newsome here. We've been getting a ton of email and feedback at the moment about the endless pool that we're featuring in many of our new videos with Byron Kimber. The endless pool is something we were lucky enough to receive around about 4 years ago when we did a sequence of videos for endless pools demonstrating our swim to move methodology. We're going to be republishing those videos over the next few days and weeks as we go through this crazy coronavirus. If you're lucky enough to have an endless pool, then you're going to be able to make great use of these videos. And if not, you'll learn a little bit more about the swim smooth methodology. We're going to continue to pump out videos which talk about stuff that you can be doing on the dry land as well. But for now, here we go.
Hi there, Paul Newsome here from Swim Smooth. When Endless Pools contacted me a few months ago and offered to send me one of their fast lane systems to retrofit to my home pool here, of course I totally jumped at the opportunity, and let's face it, who wouldn't? What a great way for me to be able to work on improving my own swimming and that of the swimmers that I coach on a day-to-day basis, right in the convenience of my own home. The swimmers that I coach on a day-to-day basis are swimmers like yourself who want to learn to improve their efficiency in the water and maximise their training time. The Swim Smooth methodology has been utilised by the British Triathlon Programme and also the International Triathlon Union in 119 countries around the world. So you can be assured that the training tips and techniques that I'm going to deliver to you over these sequence of videos are really going to help you maximise your training time. So come on, let's jump right on in and learn how to swim smooth with endless pools. So here I am with my fast lane system, newly installed at my home pool. It was a very simple process to be able to install the fast lane. A couple of my mates came around to help me. We lifted and popped the unit into the water, secured it, popped the hydraulics underneath the paving stones there, and then directed it over towards the pump. We had it all set up within probably around about 2 or 3 hours. It was that simple. Now I'm just going to turn this on for you. Utilising the little remote here, we can change up to 50 increments worth of speed, and that will take you up to around about 108 to 110 per 100 metres. Very, very flexible indeed. Here we go. The system starts up right away, and just utilising the buttons at the top here, we can make it faster or slower according to what you want to do. A little readout over to my right hand side here shows me exactly what speed I've got it at. Let's just close it down. It responds very, very quickly indeed. Considering how much horsepower this thing actually generates, the volume of the machine is actually quite low. And we get used to using it quite frequently, very, very quickly. Now, when you're swimming in the endless pool for the first time, you'll notice that the flume creates a system, or a river, if you like, as I say to my kids, that's around about so wide, so just a little bit wider than your shoulders. And it's also around about so deep. Now, swimming in this narrow channel can be very, very instructive for your own stroke correction purposes. What we typically see here at Swim Smooth is one of the biggest things which causes people to hold them back in the swimming is crossing over in front of their head. If you are a unilateral breather, so that is you only breathe to one side, and let's say you only breathe to your left, typically your right hand will cross over in front of your head and you'll shift towards your left hand side. Conversely, if you only breathe to your right, you'll typically take a breath and this left hand will cross over and your natural tendency will be to drift towards the right hand side. But not so in the fast lane system. Because you have a narrow knife edge to be able to swim on, you can actually correct your stroke in real time. So some of the drills that I'm going to show you are going to show you how to actually improve the symmetry and alignment in your stroke. We've got a great drill called the javelin drill which does exactly that. When you're entering into the water, unless you're entering and extending straight forwards, the endless pool will throw you off course and you'll find it very, very challenging just to stay within the flume. And whilst that might feel a little bit strange initially, it's a great way for you to correct your stroke and recognise what is truly holding you back. What I also really like about the fast lane is that it holds constant velocity or constant speed whilst you're swimming, which is really, really useful. Many swimmers set off way too quick when they're doing intervals in the pool. With the fast lane, you can adjust the time to what you want, read it out on the little readout, the digital readout, to see exactly what speed you're swimming at, and then just plow away and get into your stroke and your rhythm. If you couple this up with a mirror on the bottom of the pool, then you can also check out what your stroke is looking like as you swim. It's a really, really neat way to swim and pass the time away whilst you're constructively working on your swimming technique. So now our job is to show you a series of video clips that are going to help you improve your efficiency in the water. I'm going to show you some of SwimSmooth's best swimming methodology adapted to the endless pool system, and I'm hoping you're going to really enjoy and benefit from that. So let's get stuck in. If you happen to have your endless pool system set up such that the length of the pool is quite long like mine is here, what you can do is, rather than having to constantly adjust the speed on the fast lane on the endless pool system, is simply drift a little bit further back. Typically, if I drift about 3 or 4 meters back from where I started from, if I'm getting maximum effort, if you like, to do a harder swim closer to the flume, so long as I drift back about 3 or 4 meters, the speed drops off quite significantly, but there is flow still there. So what you can do is you can do a series of drills and exercises whereby you can alternate between doing a drill and going straight into freestyle. And that here at SwimSmooth is what we found to be one of the best ways to really try to improve your swimming. It's not just about doing drill, drill, drill and drill. It's about then trying to transfer that drill or that skill set across into your freestyle. I'll show you just now. So one of my favourite drills to do is what we call the broken arrow. This is an excellent drill for you to try if you've got really tight upper back and shoulders. It's a relatively skilled exercise, and probably some of our intermediate steps, such as simply kicking on the side, is a good way to lead into this. But what you'll find is by now doing this exercise here, we're going to help to really free up your upper back and shoulders. I'm going to do this sequence swimming around about 2 or 3 meters back from the flume itself, and then when I go into my freestyle, you'll see my speed pick up and I'll just drift forwards. Here we go. Exercises such as kicking on the side, like I was doing there in the broken arrow drill, really challenge your skill and your balance to stay on your side, especially in the endless pool. You feel like you're swimming on a knife edge, and like I say, whilst that might feel a little bit strange and a little bit awkward at first, in terms of improving your swimming, it's absolutely top notch. Let's try another drill. This time I'm going to do 6-3-6. A really great drill for working on your rotation. Let's try some paddles now. Here at SwimSmooth, we're great fans of the US-based company Finesse. Finesse make a great range of swimming products which help you improve your efficiency in the water. Take these Finesse freestylers for example. They're shaped like an arrowhead. On the underside of the paddle is a keel. There is only a single strap for the middle finger to wear. When people utilise paddles for the first time, they often feel like they're improving their swimming strength. But swimming is not really limited by strength, it's limited by your coordination, your rhythm, your technique more than anything else. These paddles, if you tend to enter into the water thumb first and across in front of your head, two things which cause and can cause severe shoulder pain and impingement, these paddles are great because what they'll do is they'll actually fall off your hand before you actually do any damage. So they're actually corrective technique or corrective paddles and training aids in themselves. So what I'm going to do now is our favourite little drill sequence called the javelin drill. It's going to involve me swimming against the endless pool and trying to hold myself nice and straight. I've got to kick on the side like many of my, swim smooth drills and techniques. I have to kick on the side. I have to try to make sure that when I then start swimming, I try to spear forward so my hand doesn't cross over in front of my head. Let's see how we go here. On with the pool. As easy as that. Now, you've probably noticed I was only breathing to one side there, away from the paddle. What I'm going to do now is do the same drill, but on the opposite hand, again breathing away from the paddle. If you breathe unilaterally, this is an excellent drill to do, because when you're breathing, typically the lead hand will tend to cross over in front of your head. This paddle is going to fall off immediately if you tend to do that. Let's see it on the other side. Quick tip when you're using your endless pool, make sure you don't get too close to the flume and grate itself. If you do, it's a little bit like running towards the front of a treadmill. It can feel very, very awkward and you feel like you're almost going to just trap your fingers. You don't want to do that. You want to slip back a little bit. Probably the optimal distance is around about 50 centimetres, so 1.5 to 3 feet away from the grill itself. Maybe pop a little cross or something, a little mark on the bottom of your pool or on the side walls, just so you can see what distance you're holding. I'm now going to finish off today by swimming just a little bit of normal freestyle. I'm going to drop off my fins, which I've been working for those drills. I'm going to work to try and improve the efficiency of my stroke and just try to stay within that flume, keeping things nice and straight. Here goes. And that's a wrap for today.
Thanks for watching, swimmers. If you've enjoyed this video, please do like and subscribe to the channel below, and also consider checking out our Swim Smooth Guru at the link below too.